Regular viewers of our RPM TV show will have noticed that we're featuring a brand new crew vehicle over our end titles. We've said goodbye to our trusty Toyota Fortuner. In its place, we have the Jeep Grand Cherokee, a vehicle that's already proven its worth in terms of luxury and space, versatility and also long-distance cruising. Which of course begs the question, why we have two identical Jeep Grand Cherokees under our care? Well, they actually are quite different under the skin. The first Grand Cherokee Limited we received took us by surprise because it was powered by a 3.6-litre V6 petrol engine instead of the turbo diesel we'd requested. But it soon proved its worth with space, 4x4 talent and luxury its key attributes. Now it's time to swap petrol for diesel. For the past 9,000 kilometres or so, our crew vehicle has been the petrol-powered Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. It has a 3.6-litre V6 Pentastar engine, good for 209 kilowatts of maximum power and 353 newton-meters of torque. And as you can imagine, it means that it has pretty frisky performance. But now we're swapping this vehicle for the turbo diesel version, also a V6, 3-litre capacity, 179 kilowatt of maximum power, which isn't quite as much as the petrol, but it really gains in the torque department. 569 newton meters of torque to be precise. And so we're expecting this vehicle not only to be much better in terms of fuel consumption, but also as far as tractability is concerned. On the drivetrain front, both vehicles use the brand new ZF 8-speed automatic gearbox and a 2-speed transfer case. While the Pentastar petrol engine is on the peaky side, the CRD turbo diesel has plenty on offer from near idling speeds. The low-down torque is a particular highlight, and the power band is a much better match for the gearbox ratios. And yet, the exteriors are seemingly identical. You really have to be an expert to tell the difference between these two Jeep Grand Cherokees. They're both limited models, they're both four-wheel drive, and they both are Buzz editions, which means they have that big black decal on the bonnet, the red detailing, and also the black wheels. So the only way to tell these two vehicles apart is to find the diesel badge on the back of the one, or otherwise, obviously, to open the bonnets. The latest generation Grand Cherokee was launched last year and is a handsome beast thanks to a chiseled but streamlined shape, bi-xenon headlights and daytime running lights. Those blacked out wheels and the black and red decaling are part of the so-called X edition, which adds a further touch of trendiness to the overall design. The Grand Cherokee might be a luxurious vehicle, but from our point of view, more importantly, it has to fulfill the crew vehicle role. And that means that we need space and versatility. As you can see, we easily fit in a full complement of gear. Of course, the seats also fold flat if we need more space, which we do when we need to squeeze our cameraman into the back here for those tracking shots. Also useful, of course, is the fact that it's a 4x4 and it goes places that normal vehicles simply can't. The Grand Cherokee's interior can be configured for a mix of seating and cargo, boosting its utility appeal. But at the same time, it's also a luxurious off-roader with a cabin more reminiscent of a luxury limousine than a bundobasher. Comfort and refinement levels are high. The interiors of our two Grand Cherokees are absolutely identical, which means they are plush, upmarket and very comfortable with executive finishes. As we've said before, also a very versatile space with a lot of load versus seating configurations. One of the highlights, that big touchscreen display which provides access to the Uconnect system, and in fact also a TFT section between the two key instruments which are configurable depending on user requirements. All that luxury and versatility is combined with a comprehensive suite of active and passive safety systems, including multiple airbags, advanced stability control, and disc brakes with ABS control. Of particular note is the Grand Cherokee's real, solid build quality. In straight-line terms, there's very little to choose between the petrol and the turbo diesel Grand Cherokee models. 0 to 100 times are almost identical, 8.2 seconds for the diesel, 8.3 seconds for the petrol, and both should do around 200 kilometers an hour for the top speed, although Jeep doesn't confirm that. But it's the fuel consumption that's really different, almost 3 litres per 100 kilometers more economical in terms of the turbo diesel. On the road, that means that the turbo diesel is already averaging about 10 litres per 100 kilometres, while the petrol V6 managed an average of only 14 litres per 100 kilometres. The other significant benefit is tractability. Mid-range punch and overtaking urge are impressive, and the engine is only too happy to oblige. Our time with the petrol-powered Grand Cherokee has already highlighted just how spacious, how comfortable and how versatile this vehicle is. But given the distances we cover in our crew vehicles, swapping to the diesel-powered model will certainly benefit overall running costs. And besides, this vehicle is also likely to be more responsive on and off the road. Now that we've taken delivery of this vehicle, the next step will be to have it branded so that everybody knows that this is RPM TV's crew vehicle. We only drove the petrol-powered Grand Cherokee for a few months, but managed almost 9,000 kilometers in that period. Our new crew vehicle looks identical to the previous Grand Cherokee Limited, but the 3-litre turbo diesel engine is both more tractable and more economical. It's still a star on and off the road and offers full house luxury and convenience, but it can feel a little ungainly in urban traffic or shopping centre parking lots.